Addiction is a topic that touches millions of lives across the globe. From substance abuse to behavioral addictions, the effects can be devastating. But what's going on in the brain when someone becomes addicted? Is it just a matter of willpower, or is there a deeper science behind it? In this video, we'll break down the complex science of addiction, explore how it rewires your brain, and understand why quitting is so challenging. Stick around to learn what makes addiction a medical condition, and how recovery is possible. Let's start by defining addiction. Addiction is more than just overusing a substance. It's a chronic brain disease characterized by compulsive behavior, loss of control, and continued use despite harmful consequences. Addiction can be caused by substances like drugs or alcohol, but it also applies to behaviors like gambling, gaming, or even shopping. What makes something an addiction is not just the activity itself, but how it hijacks your brain's reward system. Normally, our brain's reward system helps reinforce positive behaviors, like eating or socializing, by releasing dopamine, which makes us feel good. But when addictive substances or behaviors are involved, this system becomes overstimulated and rewired. So, what exactly happens in the brain? It all starts with dopamine, a neurotransmitter that plays a key role in the brain's reward system. Normally, when we experience something pleasurable, like enjoying a good meal or spending time with friends, dopamine is released, and it signals our brain that this is a rewarding activity worth repeating. In a balanced system, this works great. However, addictive substances, like drugs or alcohol, can trigger massive surges of dopamine, far higher than what's naturally produced. This flood of dopamine creates a powerful feeling of euphoria, or a high, and tricks the brain into thinking this is a behavior that needs to be repeated over and over again. But here's the catch. Over time, the brain becomes tolerant to these artificially high dopamine levels, and it stops producing as much on its own. This means the person needs more of the substance just to feel normal, let alone experience the high they're seeking. Addiction doesn't just cause short-term changes in the brain, it actually rewires it. One of the key ways this happens is through a process called neuroplasticity. Our brains are constantly changing and adapting based on the behaviors we engage in, and addiction takes advantage of this. Repeated use of an addictive substance strengthens certain neural pathways, making the brain increasingly focused on seeking out that substance. Over time, the brain becomes less sensitive to natural rewards, like food or social interaction, and becomes hyper-focused on the addictive substance or behavior. As these pathways are strengthened, the prefrontal cortex, the area of the brain responsible for decision-making, impulse control, and reasoning, becomes less active and less effective. This is why people struggling with addiction often find themselves making decisions that seem irrational or self-destructive. The brain's ability to weigh consequences and make healthy choices is impaired, while the drive for the addictive substance becomes dominant. But addiction is more than just the brain's immediate reaction to a substance. Triggers and cravings play a significant role in keeping someone trapped in the cycle of addiction. Triggers can be anything that the brain associates with the addictive behavior, certain people, places, emotions, or even sounds and smells. When a trigger is encountered, it can set off a powerful craving for the substance, even if the person has been sober for weeks, months, or even years. Cravings are driven by the brain's expectation of receiving a reward, namely, that dopamine hit. These cravings can be incredibly intense, making relapse a constant risk, even after long periods of abstinence. This is why recovery is often a lifelong process. The brain remains sensitive to triggers, and managing them is a key part of staying sober. So how do we break the cycle? The good news is that the brain is remarkably adaptable, and with the right treatment, recovery is possible. Addiction treatment often involves a combination of behavioral therapies, medications, and ongoing support. Cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, for example, helps people identify and change the thought patterns that drive addictive behavior. Motivational interviewing can help increase a person's willingness to seek change. Medications can also be a powerful tool in recovery. Drugs like methadone and buprenorphine help reduce cravings and withdrawal symptoms in people struggling with opioid addiction. Medications like naltrexone *** block the effects of alcohol and opioids, reducing the likelihood of relapse. It's important to note that addiction is often a chronic condition, much like diabetes or heart disease. There's no one-size-fits-all treatment, and recovery can take time, sometimes with setbacks along the way. One of the most hopeful aspects of addiction treatment is the brain's ability to heal. Neuroplasticity, the same process that contributed to addiction, can also work in recovery. With abstinence and the right support, the brain can begin to restore some of its normal functions. Dopamine levels can return to more natural patterns, and the prefrontal cortex can regain its ability to control impulses and make healthier decisions. That said, recovery is rarely a straight line. It's often a journey with ups and downs, but the important thing is that change is possible. Millions of people worldwide have successfully recovered from addiction and gone on to live healthy, fulfilling lives. So what can we take away from the science of addiction? First and foremost, addiction is a medical condition, not a moral failing. It changes the brain in ways that make stopping incredibly difficult, but not impossible. With the right support, whether it's from friends, family, medical professionals, or recovery programs, anyone can begin the process of healing. It takes time, patience, and perseverance, but it's possible. If you or someone you love is struggling with addiction, know that help is available. There's no shame in seeking treatment, and recovery is within reach. Thank you for joining us today as we explored the science of addiction. If you found this video helpful, be sure